a lesbian and a loudmouth Jew. With a gasket always ready to blow. You're listening to Judy Show. Who? Judy Show. Wait a minute. Who are you talking about? Oh, she's an asshole. What is wrong with you? Oh, you suck. So long. Fuck off. Hey everyone, welcome to It's Judy Show with Judy Gold. I am your host, Judy Gold, and wow, what a week we have had. So here we are. First, let me get my gigs out of the way. Before I fucking go on this rant of all rants, because I have a lot to say today. But I want everyone to know, November. Well, first of all, happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans who have been selfless and put their lives on the line to keep us safe, including my father and Elisa's father and many fathers and brothers and sisters and mothers and grandparents and nieces and nephews. Thank you to the veterans. I couldn't do it. I'm a wuss. My birthday. Well, Wednesday, I'm going to be doing two shows for the New York Comedy Festival. One is it's at the Hard Rock Cafe, and it's a tribute to Gilbert Gottfried. And I'm so excited about it. Susie Essman's on. There's so many great people on it. I'm so honored to have been asked to do it. I loved him so much. The funniest. And then at 10:30 on Wednesday, past my bedtime, at the New York Comedy Club on East 4th Street, it's in the East Village, 85 East 4th Street, and it's a great fucking club, is the Barbie's Comedy Show. It's me and a bunch of other really badass women. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But if you live in Poughkeepsie or near Poughkeepsie, I'm coming. Saturday. Friday's my birthday. November 15th is my birthday. And so on Saturday, I'm going to be in Poughkeepsie at Laugh It Up Comedy Club. November 21st, Thursday, I'm at the Weitzman National Museum of American Jewish History. Okay. That's going to be a Jew show with my friend Liz Glazer, who's a Jew, and it's going to be a lot of Jews. And then the 22nd, I'm in Aventura at the Aventura Arts and Cultural Center. And on the 23rd, I'm at the Boca Black Box. Two shows, 6:30 and 8:30. I love that room. I love Randy, who runs it. And then what else? I got stuff going on. Let me just look. Because, I have a lot of, it's Thanksgiving. And then I'm in Stamford, Connecticut on December 11th. Stamford, Connecticut at New York Comedy Club on a Wednesday. Don't ask me why. Don't ever ask me why. Anyway, so that's that. Yeah, I was in Chicago this past weekend doing the Big Gay Cabaret. I love Chicago. Although I have to say about the audiences in Chicago, they're very, they're urban people and they're very sophisticated and well-read and cultured. There's so many different cultures there. I do miss the Busy Bee restaurant in Wicker Park that had the best pierogies. So every time I went to Chicago, I'd bring home frozen pierogies. It was the best. Anyway, but they do have a Midwestern sensibility. So when something's really edgy, they get a little uncomfortable. And I don't know if you've seen my act, but I happen to be edgy. Here we are. Let me just start off with the good news. Ben's season started, and he has been playing exceptionally well. He had 21 points against Oneonta, and he's one of the leaders of the team at Binghamton. And you can watch his games on ESPN+. So it's really exciting. Really proud of him. Proud of Henry. Who continues to work with, kids with behavioral problems, and, the mothers love him. They love him. He's a good boy. So I'm proud of my kids. I love Elisa. I'm just counting my blessings here because I have a lot to say about this election. I went over, I watched the election with my friend Jessica Curson and some other comedians. Who else was there? Emma Willman. Oh, she's not Jewish, but she's a lesbo. Kate Rigg. Elisa was there. But I knew, you got the feeling. You got the feeling in the beginning. Oh my God. And it was so interesting how fast it shifted because I was the one everyone was calling going, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I was like, she has to, like, I couldn't understand. I couldn't comprehend. And this has nothing to do with policies. And I know the election does have to do with policies and all that kind of stuff. But the lack of decency, the disgusting behavior. We can all go over the felonies, the documents he hid at Mar-a-Lago, the no one knows who was in the White House. There's no registry of that. Not knowing his medical records, not seeing his tax returns, lying, incessantly lying, misinformation, behavior that is just, I don't even know. There's no word to describe it. I mean, there's really no word. You could say despicable. You could say disrespectful, but it's more than that. It's careless. He's so obviously he's been written about. He's been talked about. We know he has major psychological issues, narcissism just being one of them. The major one. He's a compulsive liar. He's a misogynist. I am having a hard time, and I know other people also may be having a hard time with just dealing with that part of it. Just that part of it. Because, as we all know, a lot of Jews voted for Trump more than usual. 78% of Jews voted Democratic, voted for the Democratic candidate. But Latinos, they voted for him. White women, those, I don't know why I'm hitting the fucking bell. I'm just so, I can't even. The demographics were, can I say interesting? I mean, shocking. The polls, fuck you. No one knows a fucking thing except for obviously Elon Musk, who knew apparently 4 hours before it was called that he was going to win. But the first thing I thought was, I hate the media. I hate the media. I hate them. They treated him like a regular candidate when he is. I got to look. I'm going to go on the thesaurus now because I can't. I don't even know what words. No, I'm not doing that one. I'm going to do, let's see, despicable. Let's see. I'm just going to leave these open so I don't keep wretched, vile, this vile, disgusting excuse for a human being. The fact that you can overlook this, that's what it's hard for me to get past it. And this hindsight of, well, yeah, she was running. She was warning us about him and what's going to happen. And she didn't do this and she didn't do. Shut the fuck up. Because if she won, you would have been like, oh, she was great. Oh my God. So just shut the fuck up. Everyone has, their reasons. I had some issues with Kamala Mamala. I had a couple of them, concerns, but none. Not even close to the fear and of having that motherfucker come back and put us back into chaos with his they're not even right wing. They're hateful, disgusting, repulsive people who hate immigrants. Yeah, we have a problem. We have an immigration problem. Absolutely. We also have a racism problem. We have anti-Semitism. We have groceries are let's take everyone take stock of what gas is right now, how much it costs, and how much groceries cost right now. Okay? I just want you to do that. And then we can revisit in a year. But the fact that this piece of shit who couldn't even go to, first of all, he couldn't attend the White House Correspondents' Dinner. He couldn't go to the inauguration of his successor. There was no, the fact that we had an insurrection and there was no peaceful transition of power. And what's the first thing the Dems come out and say? I called him. I congratulated him. We will have a peaceful transition of power. We are just, the Democrats are just like, we're going to do, like, come on, people. Yes, everyone knows we're decent, most of us. But we gotta fucking cut the shit. We pandered. This Democratic Party has pandered to the very, 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 very left. As someone who's going to be 62 this Thursday, and I'm a Jew, and I'm a woman. I haven't even gotten into the abortion shit. I'm a very proud member of the LGBTQ plus community. But you know what? We went far. We have gone very far left in a lot of issues, and they have gone very far right. And there is a middle ground. And I really thought Kamala Mamala was grasping that and trying to talk about that. She was so respectful of the entire electorate, always saying, I would never say that about people who are not going to vote for me. Common decency. She was decent. She is decent. And yes, she had 102 days. And yes, we could go back and say Biden should have gotten out earlier. And now they're saying, oh, let's make her president for a month. Whatever. We do the right thing. But we don't have fucking balls. And I love Merrick Garland. I think he's a great person. Why does it take months and years to get shit done? Do you know what this means about the Supreme Court? I think one of the most despicable, that's a good one. Did I say despicable before? Anyway, no, that's the word I looked up. I'm so fucking angry. The abortion issue, the women's health issue. Here's the thing about it. That you could give two shits about a 28-year-old woman, a 26-year-old woman, a 19-year-old woman dying because of complications of a pregnancy. Who the fuck do you think you are? You want to remain these white men. Oh, I don't feel no one's representing me. It's just like, okay, so you want to remain in power. You've never had to fight for anything. You have never marched. I've said this a couple of weeks ago. You've never protested. You've never had someone stand in front of the Supreme Court for your life, for your right to live your life with dignity and respect and equally as another family or another person or another human being. You've never had to deal with that, but you're feeling that, my job is going to this one, or these women are getting too powerful, or people of whatever you're thinking, that you're losing power. So what do? You have to take the rights away from other people, other women, so that you can feel more fucking powerful. It's disgusting. Who the fuck do you think you are? And, Orange Fuckface said that, Christian leaders are going to have a big say in policy. I'm a Jew. Proud Jew. I don't want that. I want separation of church and state. I don't want laws made because of your religious beliefs. I want laws made because of history, because people do their due diligence, because of what's right and what's wrong. And the law should be about law and decency, not about God this, God that. I don't want to hear about God. You want to pray to God? Go pray to God. You're Christian, you're Muslim, you're Mormon, whatever. Go be whoever you are. That is not my business unless you hate me. But I'm repulsed by this. Repulsed by the fact that people I really respect can overlook the behavior of these two men, because both of them are disgusting. You can overlook the behavior, the way, their character, their words, and you want that to represent us around the world. So fuck climate change. Fuck, he just said the Department of Education is going bye-bye. Hopefully he won't get, power to do all this. As a lesbo, I wanted to find out what was in Project 2025 regarding gay rights. And let me just tell you, they don't propose ending gay marriage, but they do call for rolling back protections for LGBTQ plus people. And there would be proposals that favor heterosexual couples over gay couples. Okay? Let me just read a couple. They will acknowledge that there's insufficient scientific evidence to support coverage of gender-affirming surgeries for transgender people. They want him to reverse Project 2025, reverse policies that allow transgender people to serve in the military. Okay? They say gender dysphoria is incompatible with the demands of military service and the use of public monies for transgender surgeries, or, this is my favorite, to facilitate abortion for service members. So no money will go if someone needs an abortion or wants an abortion. But you know what? Let's pay for Viagra. Let's pay for Viagra. Make sure the fucking men get their fucking Viagra. Trump's Agenda 47 says he will revoke gender-affirming care policies and ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for gender-affirming procedures. He will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the U.S. government only recognizes two genders, male and female, and they are assigned at birth. I mean, this is part of your policy. What are trans people? 1%, 2%, 3%, maybe. And this is what you're fucking focused on. Taking away rights from people who have less rights than you already. Taking away any chance of living a life with dignity. Project 2025 does call on the federal government to ensure states are submitting data about, is it data? I say data, about abortions and miscarriages after they happen. They say the CDC should require monitoring and reporting for complications due to abortion and every instance of children being born alive after an abortion. I can't. I feel like we fought, and here we are. Going backwards. The good thing is it doesn't eliminate gay marriage. But there's a lot of shit that's not good. Several of its proposals would roll back anti-discrimination protections for LGBTQ plus people and favor federal funding and support for heterosexual marriages over gay marriage. Okay? I am sick and tired of having to fucking fight for common decency on behalf of other human beings. And then having people I love vote in a way that says, go fuck yourself. I don't care about you. I don't care. There's more important things than your life, your family, and protections that you have fought for. Believe me, I get it. I get that, the working class doesn't feel represented. I don't understand white women voting against their own best interests. I love Black women. They continue to do the right thing. And let's just say the Jewish women and the Black women overwhelmingly voted for Kamala. And we need to stick together. And we need to cut the shit about this anti-Semitism. I know there were a lot of Jews that are like, he's better for Israel. He's better for the Jews. You know what? And they all pointed out, look at Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and AOC and Cory Bush, and all these women who come out against Israel. But you know what? There's people on the fucking right that do the same thing on the far right. And you just ignore that. You just ignore those people. The Proud Boys. You just ignore that. No one's perfect. But there is a happy medium. I don't even know. No, there's just a medium. There's not a happy medium. Because everyone is so angry. And remember how people behaved when that miserable human, I can't even. Remember when I'm even scared saying this because I'm like, oh, I'm going to get audited. If you watch Saturday Night Live and you saw that cold open where they were like, okay, I just want you to know I love that is, they're talking about our First Amendment rights, about feeling scared that they're going to be shut down. I mean, he tweeted, I hate SNL. These people, we want, they're the gun situation. There's going to be no gun control. But there's control over a woman's body. And Nick Fuentes, that Nazi, writes a tweet, your body, my choice. Fuck you. You think they don't think that? That is, well, let me look up on I gotta look up on my fucking, one of them is cruddy. It's repugnant, okay? And cruddy and loathsome. And, you can tell me, how can you vote for Kamala with Israel and then that? I live in the United States of America and I'm a woman and I'm a gay and I'm a human being with feelings and I care about other people. I care about the state of Israel and I really care about the rise in anti-Semitism. But if you think there's not this rise in anti-Semitism is going to stop, you're wrong. And if you think taking families, kids who are here legally because of DACA, and then their parents have to go back because they're going to round people up and send them back home. If you think that's decent, you're fucking wrong. Oh, it's just so fucking annoying. I stopped watching the news. Did anyone else stop watching the news? I fucking stopped watching the news. I'm talking about, and Elise is like, oh my God, I'm so happy you stopped watching the news. I can't even look at them. And everyone, the polls say this. No one knows a fucking thing. No one knows a fucking thing. It's embarrassing. The shit that came out of his mouth. And yet you're like, okay, I can overlook that. Oh, yeah, I know he had classified documents in the bathroom. That's fine. No, I know he has secret calls. And Elon Musk? Who the fuck wants him governor? Let me tell you something. Those two are going to have a big fucking fight. Ilana's going to do something to piss him off. Guaranteed. But you know what he did? I have to say, he went on Joe Rogan. He did all these podcasts. Apparently his son Barron was like, Dad, you got to go on this and you got to go on that. And he reached all the quote unquote disenfranchised white men who just feel like, yeah, it's really fucking hard for me. No one represents me. Shut the fuck up. How about having to fucking work for something? How about having to work to get your rights? You're being overlooked. How about talking to people that have been overlooked since the beginning of the creation of this country? It's just, I don't even know. I can't. I can't. I just want to scream. I just want to get on stage and scream, which is what I've been doing the past couple of weeks because it's frustrating. It's frustrating to look at people and think, I thought I knew you. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't want to look at MSNBC. I don't want to look at CNN. I don't want to listen to your fucking pontificating. I don't want to listen to, what went wrong. Everyone's like, what went wrong? And, the thing I'm not looking, these are the things that really I can't, first of all, I couldn't even listen to his voice. I mean, the thing is, this time we know what we're getting, but it's even worse because, as you know, there's no one to keep him in line. And now that he won by such a huge margin, he's going to be even more empowered to do whatever the fuck he wants. Go listen to my podcast with Tristan Snell about what he fucking did at Trump University. He is a grifter. He is a liar. He is a shitty businessman. He is a rapist. He is a alleged rapist. He's a sexual assaulter. He's a fucking disgusting piece of garbage that if your kids acted like that, you would be like, you're grounded for the rest of your fucking life. I even said to someone who is related to me, who is a supporter, I said, listen, and we don't talk about politics, but I said, listen, it's the person. It's the, I hate him as a person. And then we just got, then we had to stop talking. But why can't we just say that? Why can't we just say his behavior should eliminate him from being able? I mean, I think about Mary Trump. I think about Kathy Griffin. I think about Rosie. I think about all these people. I'm mad. I'm sick. I don't want to, I'm not 4 fucking years, people. You're going to have to listen to that shit. Remember with him with the fucking Clorox down? I mean, we're going to have to listen to his, it's never been anything like that. They've never seen anything like that. This is the first time in blah, 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 blah. North Korea, I feel so bad for the Ukraine. Oh, let's all be all anti-Semitic here. And in Amsterdam, let's all be anti-Semitic, and yet never say anything about what's happening in Ukraine. No, we're not going to protest that. Or Syria. Plus, think about this. One thing when people become president, they have a definite effect on, clothing, like arts and clothing and what's in and what's out. And, I remember when Obama was president and when Biden was president, but, the people that would come and do concerts and, musicians would come and they would have such like entertainment, and there's going to be none of that. It's going to be, what's his name? The one that sang Lee Greenwood or whatever the fuck, or what's that? Kid Rock. Those are going to be the people, the cheapening of our house, our White House. And then Melania, ugh. let's talk about anti-Semitism. I was sick, physically ill, when I saw what happened in Amsterdam. Physically ill. Do you understand what is happening around the world? And all my friends who are, oh, Israel, there is creating a genocide. Israel, I hate Zionists. I don't hate Jews. Speak up about anti-Semitism, because let me tell you something. No Jew wants innocent Palestinians, children dying, or mothers, or anything. I don't want that to happen. I was in Israel. All they want are the hostages home, and they want peace. They want peace. I'm not a big fan of Netanyahu. I think he's just like Trump. And yet, I have marched for every other. I was very vocal about Black Lives Matter, and which I do believe Black Lives Matter. Against Asian hate, I have been very vocal about that. And you know what? And your silence, because you can't separate the fact that you have these opinions about what is going on in Israel and what they're doing, because now you're all experts about it. It's funny how you're all experts. And you think that we all think alike, and that, you can't speak out about what is wrong. Because in that way, if you do that, then people will think, oh, they're pro-Israel, whatever. So what? How fucking dare you remain silent? And let me tell you something. I don't know if you notice, I've noticed my friends, Sam Cedar, who I love, not on his show anymore. Dean Obadiah, who I love, not on his show anymore. Haven't been asked since a year. Stephanie Miller, haven't been on her show. Love her. And I wonder, part of me is like, hey, so you can't have me on because I believe Israel has a right to exist and defend itself. So I'm just persona non grata now. Do you know the hate mail I get? They call me, I'll post something about like, oh, this past weekend I posted about, so we were in this hotel and they had these robots, Leo and Cleo. And if you need something like towels, or we needed coffee mugs, we needed towels, we needed coffee pods and all this shit. And Leo or Cleo, the robots, come up to your door. You get your stuff. And then I posted about, because I made believe they were real people, because that's how mentally ill I am. But anyway, and I get, oh, funny genocidal Judy. I mean, it is revolting. It is odious. I don't like odious. Repulsive. I think I did repulsive. Vile. I did vile. Whatever. It's just disgusting and repugnant. You like repugnant? That this is what we've turned into. That you can't have a fucking nuanced discussion. You can't have a nuanced opinion. And it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. And it's sad. It makes me really sad. Because of, you think we don't notice? It's just, it's real. That's the word of the day, sad. And I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad that people think it's okay to behave like a fucking 12-year-old bully who has no vocabulary, like the shittiest vocab. Oh my God, what is this? I always think, all right, so I don't know if anyone else has this, but I drink a lot of coffee and I find coffee grounds all over the place, even though I have a grind and brew, but then I'll make a French press or something like that. And so I find that there are coffee grounds all over, but I live in New York City. So I think it's mouse droppings and then I freak out, but it's not. It's coffee grinds. I had to change the subject because, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how to make this better, but I do hope, I hope people can take, what's that word? Take stock of what happened. And also, I do wish that my friends in the media who no longer want my opinion on their shows, I just, that to me is also very sad. It's just, yeah. We got to stick together, people. Anyway, this has been a really fun podcast, hasn't it? Oh my God. It's been really fun. Here's what I have to say. I will be 62 on November 15th, and I welcome all of your birthday wishes. Can't fucking believe how old I am. I like literally, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I have maybe a good 20, 25 years left. And then then this is what I do. I do a whole math thing where I go, okay, so if I have 20, 25 years left of like, being really mobile and, whatever, then I go back 25 years to go, oh, that's a long time. And then I go back 25 years and I'm like, oh my God, that was yesterday. This is it's so crazy. I don't feel this old. But then I look at people and, I think Bobby Sherman is like 81. How the fuck is Bobby Sherman 81? Oh my God, we're so old. Ay. All right. Well, let me just check the weather for my birthday because, if you think this is fucking normal, let's see. Oh, top story, deadly fires. Okay, so here's the weather on my birthday. Okay. Today, 10 day, Manhattan. It's 65 degrees right now. And it is Monday. And then, oh God, it's so annoying when you do this weather thing. Okay, Manhattan, New York. Okay, here we are. All right, let's see. Hourly, next 48 hours. No, let's do 10 day, 10 day. Here we go. Oh, fuck this goddamn mouse. Okay, let me do 10 day. It's going to be 56 degrees on my birthday. I remember when I turned 19 and I was at Rutgers, and I remember I walked into my dorm room after a class and all my friends were in there and they were like, happy birthday. And I remember that I was wearing a very long down coat, gloves, a hat, and a scarf. Okay. And now this weekend, it's going to be 60 degrees. So enjoy the climate change because everyone's like, it's really not that bad. But okay, enjoy. And I'm sure Floridians feel the same way. I have to go on with my life, but know that I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. Please subscribe and leave a review, please. I also want to do a shout out to Rob Einhorn, who was on the plane with us back from Chicago, and he recognized me and he let me use his charger to charge my phone up. Oh, and then I got an Uber to get home from Newark. Okay. And it said it'll be here. And so I did a prepay Uber, like you pre-order it. And it said it would be here in 7 minutes. And the fucking guy never moved. And after like 10 minutes, I was like, what the fuck? So I checked to see if I could cancel and order another one. P.S. To order another one, it was $40 less. But to cancel, it was a $55 charge. Fuck you. Okay? Everything sucks. Anyway, so I just wanted to end on that positive note. It's Judy's show with Judy Gold is produced by Laura Vogel, edited by Colin Schmaling. And Colin, I'm giving you a shout out because my podcast is being handed in very late, very, very late. And He's such a great editor and a great guy. So thank you for understanding, Colin. Marketing by Haley Dircher, theme song by Lauren Gold. And, keep the faith, baby. Keep the faith. We got a couple months to figure it out, but stay away from the news. That's my advice to you. Happy Veterans Day. My father was a veteran, as I mentioned, thinking of him. And I also think of my mother a lot. So, as we always say, so long. Ga, 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 ga.